Hi, this is Justin Aquino of Game in the Brain, and this is the final product. There's no sound, sorry. It's really like a proof of concept of our open source Creative Commons share alike call this attribute uh, must attribute Cepheus engine merchant 200D ton merchant trader, the most common ship in the setting. Nice. Wow, only way to. Okay. So yeah, we can. These all works. Notice the lights. Okay, so this is yeah, this is beyond the scope getting this to function. The what's important here is really just being able to explore, see the nooks and crannies, being able to see line of sight. If we had the funding, maybe we'd make it like multiplayer so that the GM can run it. Yeah. So this is the second floor. Another way to the second floor. Sorry. That's making me dizzy. Okay. And so this is the bathroom. Okay, these are the life pods as mentioned. We go into detail, but I always like emphasize on this. This is like me being, because I'm a safety officer, um, and a hard sci-fi junkie, and this is how you want to sleep on a ship. If something goes wrong with the ship, you do not die of decompression. I know it's claustrophobic, but many of us in the developing world live in very, very small units. If you go to Hong Kong, it's terribly small. Here in the Philippines, it's very small. I live in uh, 80 square meter or 800 square foot condo with a family of four. So it's really this is the rest of the world. So yeah, this is the second floor. This is where the guests are. Just like it's inspired by the Beowulf, called this free trader. Um, okay, and let's go down. Okay, the previous bugs was that this would just turn off, but yeah, this is this is, you cannot have an elevator. You have to be very conscious and safe, and of course there would probably be all these sensors that prevent this from accidentally hurting you. Fun fact: we have in our IT firm we do play with a lot of IoT devices, and sensors are one of them. So how do we get out again? Yeah, I think here. Notice it's not straightforward because this can be left in a vacuum. So this can be left in a vacuum. Okay, so one of the key things is this leaving. So of course it has to have a transition because it's a huge file. Okay, so this is designed to house. This is one of the most amazing things. So this is 200 detons. This is scaled. So what me and Nico did when we first designed the ships is we sculpted it out of a model that was 200 detons. So 200 detons. So that's 1500, 300, 30, call this 3000 cubic meters. So we kind of sculpted its shape out of that, and we sculpted it out of that, and we kind of like filled it up. We first, after doing that, we in Cepheus engine we made the ship in Cepheus engine. Then we worked out to make it fit the shipbuilding mechanics. So what you're seeing is what we could fit based on the rules. So it's not really like super accurate and stuff, but yeah, it's a big help. Is there a running? No, there's no running. Oh yeah, there's running. So yeah, it's a big deal. Okay, so this is in a gravity. Um, it shouldn't be in a gravity well because it's put strain on the thing. It should be in a zero G. That okay. So what's so special about Neem, our products, is that we're trying to be hard sci-fi. So we're creating our products are designed to create a transition to hard sci-fi, so that people can rationalize how come you saw this, and as you catch up and learn the science about it, after you learn the science, you can kind of like transition your game to harder and harder sci-fi. So that's one of the key things about it. I mean, if you, because like for me, like science is always an ongoing education, and I, um, I'm not the smart guy, so everything is trained in self-study. So what you call this? Uh, I don't want to make it intimidating. I want to make it as accessible as possible. Like Prince, who did the Godot, I had to explain to him how spin gravity works, and yeah, it we don't want it to be intimidating. We don't want the science to be inaccessible. So, and of course, you don't want it to be hard for you when you run your game. So what we did is we did all the work, because in IT my job is transition. I transition people to new systems. I have to make sure that they they were willing to go to the new system. The benefits outweigh the previous system. While so that's kind of like my thing. So I want people to find hard sci-fi, the sci-fi of now, more accessible, because like the ideas we have, they're like 50 years old. The sci-fi we have is about 50 years old, and um, so much has changed. And call this, we have a new generation of people playing, and it's like asking someone to play Jules Verne sci-fi. Uh, so with Ether and what they thought of space was at that time. So yeah, we want people to like really um, like appreciate the new understanding, and it's I I wanted that people really think that it's like the science is worth learning. Like, I mean, sure, it's there are guys who are great at drama and storytelling, but there's guys who are able to introduce the science into the story, and I want uh TRPG and world building that accommodates those guys who can make the science work with the story, and then there's a space for them to make those kinds of materials, and I feel I'm one of those guys, and hopefully we get accommodated. But I guess, yeah, but yeah, if no, I understand. I've been trying to do this for years, and I'm willing to keep doing it for the next few years until the money runs out. So yeah, hope people like it. Um, Give us a shout out. We have Blue Sky in Game in the Brain, and of course I have a Blue Sky account in as well. If you have any suggestions, um, if you think we can fund this, yeah. If you have any comments, yeah, feel free to call this give feedback. Looking for feedback. Everything we make here, we don't get any feedback. We don't get any comments. So what happens is, I end up having to guess why people didn't like it or engage with it. Um, so yeah, um, feel free. We're very open. Our contact details are all there. Yeah, what is props to Prince and Nico. They did a wonderful job. Nico had to redo all the models. had to redo all the models because it works differently in Godot. So if we're gonna do all the ships, he has to redo all the ships, and texture it. If yeah, um, if people want, if depending on it, we're deciding either we're making all the ships explorable, but that's just a vanity project. I don't know if the GMs care, but I know what people who run sci-fi care about is making the space element playable and demonstratable, scale of space and planets and worlds and distances. That's really hard to convey. It's really hard to convey, and we're kind of like researching to have the tools. The texture is kind of off. We have the texture, we have the tools to be able to do this. Um, yeah, of course, yeah. Hopefully we get support, but yeah, I mean, if it doesn't, I mean, it's okay. I mean, this is what I'm doing. This is my basically my hobby now. uh, I would, it would be cool if we could be more ambitious. It just would be. But yeah, I mean, yeah, whatever the world chooses. Okay, this is Justin Aquino of Game of the Brain signing off. Okay, exit.